what's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. Man, I sound so tired. I am so tired. It's the end of a super long week. A couple, like I'd say 2 to 3 times a week, I do this thing where I drive to a city that's about 2 hours away. Just because I can make let's say I think it's like around $400 to do that each time I do that. So if I do that 2 or 3 times a month, it just helps me cover more of the bills and stuff, like as I support my family. So it was a long week at work. Then basically in the last 24 hours, I've driven like 250 to 300 miles, something like that. And I'm back home. I'm super tired, but it's been a couple days since I've dropped a Dave reaction. I've been really enjoying the journey, so I want to keep it rolling. So guys, here's the plan. I saw all of your comments. We're going to do my 24th birthday right now. Tomorrow, I have to go and do I have to lead a staff meeting. After that staff meeting, when I come back home, I'll record Mercury and Titanium. So all of you, a lot of you mentioned those 2 songs. And then Monday, we're going to start We're All Alone in This Together. Panic Attack. This is something you guys brought up. We're going to do Panic Attack right before we get to Heart Attack on the track list in that album. I just thought since they go hand in hand, I'll do it right before so that Panic Attack is fresh in my mind. I don't know what I'll be at when you guys see this, but at this moment, I'm 50 subscribers away from 10,000, guys. I'm so excited, so hyped. I wish I wasn't so tired so I could show more excitement and hype, but whatever. It is what it is. Sorry for the long intro. Just wanted to give you guys the game plan moving forward. Let's get straight into this. I got the lyrics pulled up.
I spent my 24th birthday with the people I love. For the diamonds, gotta see through the dust. God, I know it ain't easy to love. I just wish that Abdullah could have seen what we done.
So, okay, I don't mean to pause so quickly, but right away, he started it in the same sequence, right? He said, I spent my 19th birthday in the hospital. So this one, I spent my 24th birthday with people I love. So I like that it started the same way. And then just some dope stuff already for diamonds, got to see through the dust. Diamond in the rough type of thing. God, I know I ain't easy to love. I wish Abdullah could have seen what we done. So we're already we're seeing some highs and lows right away.
I know it ain't easy to love. I just wish that Abdullah could have seen what we done. I retired my mum, moved out with my friends. That's where the problems start, that ain't where it ends. How many single mums sacrifice it all for their kids? Stop working for they haven't.
I think that was a play on ends. That's where the problems start, that it ain't where it ends. But I think that was a play on ends, like the trenches, the tough parts of town.
Ain't where it ends. How many single mums sacrifice it all for their kids? Stop working for they haven't got a reason to live. I believe that God fed the 5,000 with the bread and the fish. Cause I see mommy do some similar things. It can help you or harm you, depends on how you're using a rope. How are we in the wrong for supplying drugs? The government's the...
It could help you or harm you, depends on how you're using the rope. You could use a rope to harm yourself, hang yourself. You could use a rope for many useful things, depends on how you're using it. Oh man, and that I've seen mom do similar things to feeding 5,000 people with bread. That is such a sick line. Okay.
Depends on how you're using a rope. How are we in the wrong for supplying drugs? The government's the reason that we use them to cope. I made friends with a flame and I'm used to the smoke. Yeah. When we never had a thing, we still split in half. It's the people with the least that got the biggest hearts, one of a kind. True love, it ain't just something you find. A good girl ain't just something you find. I get along with gold diggers and that's something I find. But it's probably car now, I got more money than time. My friends say they worry about me, I just tell them I'm fine. I took a look in the mirror and now I wish I was blind. She the love.
Ooh. My friends say they worry about me, I just tell them I'm fine. I take a look in the mirror and now I wish I was blind. Wow. There's some deep stuff right there, man. All right, but this is a 6.5 minute song, so I'm not gonna go off on a tangent too much here. Listen, this is what I've come to expect from Dave. I'm new to him, but every track he brings the heat, so I'm not surprised. I see what he's doing here, though. He's going crazy right now. The flame smoke line, the calling out the government, dope.
Tell him I'm fine. I took a look in the mirror and now I wish I was blind. she the love of my life, or in love with a life? Backstabber, see the blood on your knife. My mum covered me in blood, but it was coming from Christ. This Serrano on the rocks, I pour double with ice. I take trips to wind down, I ain't reading at night. The only time I touch books when I'm seeking a flight. Can you hear me? Let me speak in a mic.
The only time I touch book is when I'm seeking a flight. Like physical books, but like touch books, like touch the book button, click the book button, like I'm booking a flight when I'm seeking a flight. Oh, come on, man. And I also feel like it could, like when you talk about the physical books, like reading books can take you away, like in your imagination to like this world, like that isn't the world that we live in. So I could almost seem like seeking a flight could make sense in that way too. But touch books, seeking a flight, booking a flight, that's hard. Wow.
The only time I touch books when I'm seeking a flight. Can you hear me? Let me speak in a mic. God, I know I ain't easy to like, but still I'm seeking a light. I spent $250,000 on renovating my house and couldn't even live in it cause they were staking it out. Tracker in my car, felt like 007, whipped the Aston out of park. I knew his energy was dark. Living out the Corinthia, didn't even have a yard. But that's where I met my teacher and I learned to play guitar. Guess it's written in the stars, life comes at you fast. Squeeze the Urus in a convoy of cars. We got it on us, you ain't even gotta ask. Don't trouble us, fame comes quicker than money does. Salmon pink suit, I'm like De Niro in Casino. Life gave me lemons, I gave you a branzino when I seasoned it. Me and Drake were in the private room reading.
That's, yo. And this is something I talk about a lot. Like when people can say things that have been said a lot, but say them in a different way. Like we all know the saying, life gave you lemons, make lemonade. But lemonade's basic. He's like, I'm high class now. When life gives me lemons, I'm not making lemonade. I'm giving you a branzino, squeezing the lemon on top. Okay.
Lemons, I gave you a branzino when I seasoned it. Me and Drake were in the private room reasoning. He's always been there when I needed him. Listen, I'm the reason why your dream girls will wiggle their asses. Drink wine but don't finish their glasses. Snap pics in Bahamas, sniper, do it in silence. I ain't in all the drama. In this town I got the crown but I ain't been in the plaza. Fucking crosses, teams on conspiracy charges. Gardens laid out in Astro, I ain't dealing with grasses. Fuck.
No. He's going crazy with the flow right now. He was doing like the, you pause after every line. Then he's like, no, let me pick this up a little bit. I gotta pull that back. I'm sorry.
I ain't in all the drama. In this town I got the crown but I ain't been in the plaza. Fucking crosses, teams on conspiracy charges. Gardens laid out in Astro, I ain't dealing with grasses. Fuck a snitch, got my guys remanded. Life of an artist, pretty women, AAA passes. Slim, thick, skin slick, I mean it's coming like it's oil she bathing. See the harvest, see the seeds I planted. There's a drought in the ends. I'm in Cali with a ting, I'll end up posting a pack like I was snapping in the gym. Gemma Records, you can bang it on the wing. I lost friends but it's my innocence I miss. I guess ignorance is bliss. I ain't bragging, only rap about a fraction of my sins. My young G's don't count as stabbing if it happened in his limbs.
Listen, I talk about this all the time because I react to a lot of American rappers, like drill rappers, just like Youngboy. He's one of my biggest fan bases on my channel. Very violent, aggressive music. And I say this all the time, like, listen, I in no way condone the violence. Like, I'm not supportive of it. I understand that it is a necessary evil in the lives or in the areas that like some people have to live in. And those people that are in those situations, it's again a necessary evil to survive. It's like they're not choosing to like be violent or not be violent. They're actually choosing to be alive or be dead. It's a very different choice. But like when these lines are said, that is one of the hardest lines I've heard. My young G's don't count as stabbing if it happened in his limbs. Nah, that doesn't count. You just grazed them. Doesn't count. We count kill shots only. Wow.
Only rap about a fraction of my sins. My young G's don't count as stabbing if it happened in his limbs. The world is my fucking office. Book her a trip to the tropics. I'm feeling philanthropic, nigga, that's a different topic. The GMT and EST, they're gonna think I'm foreign, different time zones. And that's the way I gotta pick my watches, Stretton Velvet. You can say I live in Gotham where I take the Birkin and I kill a Crockett. You can see the little locket. Bro,
the way I take a Birkin and I kill a Crockett, so like crocodile skin on the Birkin bag, one of the most expensive group of bags that you can buy. But like he mentioned Gotham, right? So Killer Croc, bad guy. Yo, okay.
Gotham, where I take the Birkin and I kill a Crockett. You can see the little locket. Bro, it ain't no wonder why she finna top it. Look, I ain't a striker, I'm a camber cast in the pockets. Tell him to miss me. Never signed a deal, you niggas hating on history, and I took the ends with me. That 8-figure check wasn't enough to convince me, but that's the only time I turned my back on the 16. Life is a game, you can't play it in split screen.
I wonder what he's talking about there. He said that 8-figure check wasn't enough to convince me. That's a lot of figures, guys. That's like 8 is... 6 is 100,000, 7 is 1,000,000, 8 is 10 million. That's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of zeros, a lot of figures. But that's the only time I turn my back on a 16. I wonder if that's the play, like it was actually 16 million. So that's why he's saying turn my back on a 16, like 16 bar verse. 16 million is 8 figures. That would be really dope if that's what he was doing now. I'm pretty sure he was. I don't think it's a coincidence. That's dope.
And I took the ends with me. That 8-figure check wasn't enough to convince me, but that's the only time I turned my back on the 16. Life is a game, you can't play it in split screen. God hasn't given me a test I couldn't handle yet. I don't even bother trying to match it when the scammers flex. Give us something money can't buy, and that's the challenge next. Ambidex, problems coming at me from the right and left. Love is dead enough.
Ambidex, problems coming at me from the right and left. Ambidextrous, when you can use both hands equally well. I don't know if equally well is the actual definition, but you can use both hands. All right.
And that's the challenge next. Ambidex, problems coming at me from the right and left. Love is dead enough, y'all are doing the most. If you're talking engagement, it's probably to do with a post. I'm at that age where everybody's getting married or having kids. Feel like it happened quick. Commitment's hella pressure, there's enough of that.
Bro, I would have to stop every line. I'm sorry. Like, if you're talking engagement, love is dead. Enough girls are doing the most. If you're talking engagement, it probably to do with a post. Like I do a post on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or YouTube. What's my audience engagement? That's the only engagement you're talking about. You're not getting a ring. Yo. This dude's crazy.
Getting married or having kids, feel like it happened quick.
Sorry.
With a post, I'm at that age where everybody's getting married or having kids. Feel like it happened quick. Commitment's hella pressure, there's enough of that as it is. Can't make the same mistakes that my daddy did, cause I know what the damage did. How you raise a life and you haven't lived, but what's living? Is it clubbing and banging chicks or planning trips or some sort of pleasure I haven't managed to factor in? I guess I'll let you know when the stats are in. Your friends get busy, the cracks start showing. And that's when the distance in between us starts growing. We all want it, I just wanted it more. I think this money's exposed my flaws. The clean-hearted find it harder for sure. See, most people that are wealthy, they ain't good in their core. You either rich off a talent or exploiting the poor. I'm 24 and an adult in the eyes of the law.
Most people that are wealthy aren't good in their core. You're either rich off of talent or exploiting the poor. This dude says some of the realest shit.
Either rich off a talent or exploiting the poor. I'm 24 and an adult in the eyes of the law, but still a baby in the eyes of the Lord. You see, the Bible's my sword and the word is my shield. Storms prayed for me, I cried. It sharpened my steel, but that's my brother for real.
Shout out Stormzy.
It's my shield. Storms prayed for me, I cried. It sharpened my steel, but that's my brother for real. Me and mommy saw the world, man, she couldn't believe it. And to this day, that's my biggest achievement. Did 27 countries in under 9 months. So when the Most High says my time's up, just tell him that I tried. And I ain't never switched sides, I did it for you and I. 16 till I die, yes.
You know, I talked about this before. Like, the reason, I hope it doesn't annoy people, but the reason for me it's important to let that beat play out, it's like he did that on purpose. It's not like he forgot to cut the song and be like, oh, shoot, there's 20 seconds more or 30 seconds more than there's supposed to be. And for me, that end part, what it did is like, it's like it took the emotions that his words made me feel, and it almost like gave me a recap. So it's like I absorbed all this information that he gave, and then it was like let me play this, and it's almost like I thought about all the things that stood out to me in the song, the moments or the things that he said that like mattered more to me. That's almost what that last bit did for me as I listened to that beat. Like I could really think about, the lines that he's talking about, the things he's doing for his mom. Again, that part stands out to me so much. Like I hope that one day I can do something like that. Just some of the crazy lines that he put in this. Man, I don't even know. Like you guys keep kind of, telling me about this album that we're about to get into. I don't know if I'm ready, but you know what? It's coming because we got Mercury and Titanium. Once those are done, there's nothing left. I mean, there's a lot more left. There's other things you guys have mentioned too, but I think at that point we got to get into the album. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do when I get to Panic Attack, Heart Attack. Again, you guys are kind of giving me that foreshadowing that those are going to be, like somebody said, oh, that one's going to be a 45-minute reaction easy. I'm like, oh no, for one song, I'm going to die. Anyways, guys, he's special, man. I'm super glad that I'm like, on this journey with you guys. Thank you so much for guiding me through this and showing me what he's all about because, man, it would be a sad realization down the line if I never found out about this guy. He's awesome. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.